So for this first video in here, I want to talk about intuition. This is a reoccurring subject that I speak about a lot with my clients, and also something that I get asked a lot on my social media, and really women that's trying to connect with their intuition, with their inner wisdom, and feel like it has been lost in some way. And that could be through people pleasing or just living life on autopilot, not really tuning in and connecting, reconnecting with our needs, our wants, our desires. And this is the most important voice to listen to. This is our inner knowing, our inner wisdom that knows what's right for us without logic. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to feel right in our mind. It doesn't have to sometimes even feel right in our heart. This is just our feeling of knowing. And I wanted to give you guys some tools on how we can be better at reconnecting to our intuition and rebuild that relationship, because it is a relationship and it needs to be nurtured and it needs to be taken care of and prioritized. And I thought this would be a perfect way to start this. This is truly what my journey will focus on, and what I have been focused on lately even more. Even from the start of making this decision of going into surgery was a question of, okay, I need to really listen what is right, because logically it did not make sense. It never makes sense to, take time off or be limited in the way I live my life or how I move my body for a long period of time. That will never feel good or feel logical to me. But it was an inner knowing of giving myself peace of mind because I knew it was time. And it kind of gave me this inner stress that I never think is worth it. So that was connecting with my intuition, making this decision and just following my gut feeling of, okay, I'm going to do this. So that is what my focus will be for the remaining 2 months of this year. While I'm recovering, I need to really just listen to my body and just moving into a new direction or a continuous direction of my business, and really leaning into, okay, what kind of content do I want to create for people? How can I help people more? How do I want to live my life, and how can I create it exactly how I want to? What is needed? That is really going to be my focus for the next 2 months. A lot of us today live on autopilot. We wake up, we have the same routine. We don't even really think about what it is that we're doing every day. We wake up, brush our teeth, put our coffee on, have our coffee, go to work, we work. Same thing over and over. And I always encourage to continuously asking ourselves, what do I need today? First thing when we open our eyes is to check in and ask, what do I need today? It will be different every day. It will be different depending on our state of mind, our emotions, our cycle. Everything will feel different. And if we just ask ourselves, new things will come up. So one of the things that I tell my clients or people that ask me is that in order to be connected to our intuition in the bigger decisions, we need to follow these nudges and follow our intuition in even the smallest decisions. It could be in the morning of, where do I want to have my coffee? Or what do I want for breakfast? Or what do I need to focus on in my meditation today? What do I feel like I need? What kind of workout do I feel like my body needs today? Do I need some alone time? Take this moment, just check in what you feel like you need today. Just this moment of, okay, what does my day look like? How do I want it to look like? These little things, the smallest things that we follow, will make a big difference. And our intuition is really a big part of our divine feminine, being connected to our divine feminine. So if we feel like our day is maybe planned out already, we don't have, there are things we need to do when it comes to work, responsibilities with family, kids, whatever it is, I invite you to at least have some room for play. So have some time in the day where you allow yourself to just ask, what do I want to do in this moment? It could be playing your favorite song. It could be going on a walk. It could be calling a friend. It could be whatever it is, but allow a little bit of your day to be filled with play where you get to choose exactly what you want to do in the moment. Some spontaneous, fun play. Every day should be filled with some kind of play. This sparks this, intuition of, okay, what do I want? It sparks this creativity. Creativity is extremely important when it comes to connecting to our divine feminine and channeling our power through creating something. We are literally creators. We create life. So we need to allow ourselves to express that. As important it is to follow our yeses, what feels good, right? It's equally important, if not more, to follow our no's, to be firm in what does not feel good. That is also honoring our intuition. So the other side of it is honoring what does not feel good and choosing not to continue to do these things and continuing to do things that no longer serve us. Even things that once did may not serve us anymore. We're constantly changing. We're constantly growing, hopefully. So things change. So asking yourself what's working, what feels good, what are my desires, also asking what's not working, what does not feel good anymore. And so honoring our no's and standing firm in that. Boundaries, healthy, loving boundaries are extremely important, and is part of cultivating that inner trust for yourself, which is what intuition is all about, right? We're trusting this inner knowing, this inner wisdom that sometimes doesn't make sense. So in order to trust, we need to trust ourselves, and we build trust by honoring our boundaries. Boundaries with ourselves, integrity with ourselves, meaning following through on the things that we say we're going to do, the commitments that we make to ourselves, whether that is moving our bodies, eating healthier, or having goals for ourselves in our business, in our career, making sure that we're following through on this, we're taking the steps necessary, we're taking the actions. That builds trust, that builds confidence. And then boundaries with other people is extremely important, and there is a lot to be unlearned here in our culture. As women, we're not encouraged to have firm boundaries. When it comes to saying no, there's always an explanation needed after the no, whether that is rejecting someone or just expressing that this doesn't feel good. We're almost taught to have an explanation behind it. And the truth is that no is enough. If you feel a no, that is enough. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to have another reason behind it. If it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel good, and that's your truth. So I invite you to look at where in your life you feel like you're not honoring your boundaries with yourself, with others. Where can you stand more firm in your truth of what feels right and what doesn't feel right? So the three things that I think are the most important thing is asking ourselves, what do I need today? What do I want today? What do I desire today? What feels good? And inviting more play into your day. Allowing yourself to just flow freely. What does my body feel like doing? How does it feel like moving? How does it feel like being touched? How does it feel like expressing itself? And then the other side of it, what does not feel good? What is not serving me anymore? What do I want to let go of? Where do I need to honor my boundaries? What feels like a no to me? Can I express that in a healthy, loving way to myself and to the people around me? These are the best tools for cultivating that relationship with yourself, your inner knowing, your inner wisdom, your intuition. It is so important and needs to be honored. Know inside what your truth is. If you explore, if you go within, you know what your truth is. And sometimes we get lost, and sometimes we get disconnected, and sometimes it feels like we never were connected, and that's okay. Every day is an opportunity to reconnect to our center, to our spirit. Go within and feel what feels right for me. Am I living the life that I want? This is what I want for every woman, to feel really connected to herself, to her truth, to her power, because we deserve that. That is how we're supposed to live our lives. And it's so hard in the society today to stay connected, to trust ourselves and our truth, because there's so many distractions and there's so much that goes against that makes us doubt ourselves and our truth and our power. And I'm here to remind you that that is everything. Don't step away from it. Do what you got to do to reconnect to it. Make it a devotion every day.